Om Shanti. When we come to the center and we undertake the course, then the first chapter we study is about who I am. Now, we already come with an identity, and most people don't even come with the question of who I am. But we are told, you are not all who you thought you are this. And what is that time in life or point in life when you're told who you are? It's only when you're born. So when we are born, we are slowly, gradually introduced to ourselves. And in Baba's home, when we come, we are born twice. So this is our birth in this birth. And then we are told, okay, you are this, and these are your parents. So Shiv Baba is your father, Brahma Baba is your mother, and then you are a soul, and the food that you need is knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. So, and these parents will provide you with that food, and you have to keep yourself healthy. So, just like parents pay a lot of attention to food, physical parents. So, Baba also teaches us the importance of the spiritual food every day. So the murli and the yoga and everything. And then he teaches us the importance of exercise and how we need to every day disconnect our buddhi from here and connect it with Baba, and that's the exercise, and that will nourish us. And then Baba, because he's not just the father but the teacher also, then he starts teaching us ABCD also. And then he teaches us how great your clan is. So, hamara khandan bahut uncha hai. So like parents keep telling us that, in the Lokik family also they will say, don't do anything to dishonor me. We belong to a very good family. So Baba also tells that, you have a very elevated clan, and you are the Brahmins, and you are even, you're the precursor to deities, and also you are godly children, so you are the most elevated. And then just like, right from the beginning of a physical birth, we are taught that you have a physical aim, like you want to be a doctor or an engineer or whatever. So that's given to us. And we start these days, as early as the second standard or third standard, children are trained into what they are going to adopt as the career later in life. So these days, they are taught the books, and they are read out the stuff that will help them choose that particular career which the parents want. And Baba also does the same. Baba, from the first day onwards, Baba says, your aim and object is to become Lakshmi Narayan. So you start training yourself in that. And then just like the parents and the teachers in the world provide you with everything that they think is required for you. So we are given our introduction, we are given our aim, we are given our the dignity of our caste, and we are given a sense of how elevated our clan is. and then we are given an aim and objective, and then we are given all the material relevant stuff that we need to reach that aim and live this Brahman life as a, as Baba's child. And then we are also taught that since this is an adoption, so in the world also, when there is an adoption, it's very interesting because, sometimes the parents who gave birth to you and the parents who adopted you stay very close. And I saw one instance where the child was adopted by the sister of his biological father, and then the child was so the sister and her husband and this child stayed in the next door, and the biological parents stayed in this door. So it was like two adjacent houses, and he was adopted and he stayed very close to the biological parents also, and the parents who adopted also. And then there was always this thing that when he went to his biological parents, he didn't expect anything there, because he knew that I am not entitled to the property here. I am entitled to the property there. So he made all the effort there, and he really had that sense of belonging and everything there. And then he, of course, visited them, and the relations were cordial and everything. So Baba also says that now that you are in this new life and you are adopted into this new birth, you will have your relationships from the old birth all around you, but you relate to them indirectly. So now Baba also gives us the attitude that we need to practice towards the old body. Now Baba has given us the star body, yes, a point of light body, but there is this old body also, there are these old relationships also, the old job. And then Baba says that relate to it differently now, because they are also part of the old world towards which you are doing the seva of transforming it. Yes, so you are here, and Baba has given us the purpose of world transformation. So becoming Lakshmi Narayan is not just about inculcating divine virtues, but also creating the kingdom. So Baba says then all these body, this relationships, this job, they are all part of the old world that needs to be transformed. So then whenever you engage with them, you engage sensibly, knowledgefully, and then you try to bring them to, you try to serve them with your virtues and your behavior and your contact, and then they will also slowly figure out that they also are the children of Baba. So Baba says you have to look at everyone, and when you look at yourself vis-a-vis them, you look at yourself as a sevadhari to them. Just like you are a sevadhari for all the five elements and every soul in the world. So you adopt that attitude in the family also and everything. And whatever you do in the Lokik world should also have a seva context. So if there is a job, okay, so you are sustaining the godly seva or the Ishwariya seva with the finances of that job. So yes, that job is also part of seva. So that way Baba says start forming indirect relationship with everything around you and direct relationship in this new birth. Now I created all this foundation because sometimes we don't pay attention to being born, and then without being born, we try to fit into this new world, new life. So first thing is we have to be born to Baba. So technically, we are all sitting here and we are all Baba's children, but have we really understood that this is a new birth and now I am not that same person I was, and I have a different aim, and I have a different responsibility, and I have a different identity? Because I think that the Murli sometimes doesn't make sense because uh, we have not taken this new birth very seriously. And until and unless you are born, how can you learn to walk and work and create and other stuff? So first we need to pay attention that this is a new birth and Baba has given me a new identity. Now I have new parents. I have a new family, which is the Brahmin family. And my aim and object is different. How many of you really have this in your understanding properly? Or you're still relating to that old world? Because if you're still doing that, then it is all bhakti. It's all bhakti, because in bhakti also what we do is we don't understand that God is my aim or God is who I belong to. So, God is not even your aim. He's the one you belong to. In bhakti, we use God as a resource for those who we think, and that which I think is my aim. And our aim is always physical attainment, and in this old birth context, you want to be someone, you want to reach somewhere, you want to get something, and you're using God as a resource. But God is not a resource. God is my parent, and I belong to Baba. I am a soul, I belong to Baba, and I am Baba's resource. And my life, my time, my everything belongs to Baba. And when I become this child who understands that Baba has full ownership over me, and I live my life in that surrendered state where I follow every Shrimat of Baba, then Baba gives me what I deserve. I don't deserve this. I'm not a beggar begging for one promotion, one air conditioner getting fitted new in the room. I'm not that beggar. I really deserve the golden age. I deserve everything new, everything abundant, everything fresh. I deserve full health, happiness, prosperity. And Baba will give me that which I deserve, that which God's child is entitled to. But first, we need to shift our whole understanding of who I am and who I belong to and who is really, the owner of me. And then when I function in this sensible manner, then I'll be able to inherit Baba's fortune. And it will take one birth to correct the damage that has been done in so many births. So this is the crux. So we are listening to the Murli and we are listening to And Baba is always speaking from that standpoint. Baba is talking to his child. But whether I have submitted to his authority is up to me. And if I have not submitted to his authority, then I'm still looking at the Murli as the Murli is spoken by the one who is my resource, and let me just source what I need in a selfish way from the Murli, and let me just, we think we are very clever and we are being very, very foolish this way. So Baba is giving us the whole inheritance, that which we deserve, and we don't stop begging for these small pebbles. And we think we are very clever. But no, Baba is telling us the way to actually live the life that God's child deserves. But first we need to make this shift, die from the old world and enter into this new birth. And when we do that, then everything that Baba says starts making sense, and we understand that this one birth is dedicated to earning the fortune of the whole next cycle. So we kept spending the fortune we earned last cycle, and here we are. And now this is the time to earn. So we have to use this one birth. So while having the attitude of a sevadhari and a detached and loving attitude to everything and everyone around us, my life is now dedicated to world transformation and creating my own fortune for 84 births. This is something that I have to understand, and this awareness, this shift in awareness has to take place. And only then will other things make sense or they will be relevant. And then today Baba says that be sensible while doing everything. Now what is sensibility? When you take out the crux of the knowledge, then what you get is sensibility. Just like when you eat food, you get health and energy. So when you consume knowledge, imbibe knowledge, what you get is sensibility. And what is sensibility? Doing the right thing at the right time. Doing the right thing at the right time. And this is not the time to waste your time in desires and this and that. And this is a time of great uncertainty. And it is not a time to waste in superficial and physical desires. What if you spend 10 years attaining something and you got it, and then the next moment something happens to it and it gets destroyed? This is a time of upheaval, uncertainty. This is not the time to run after desires. So when we say sensibility is about doing the right thing at the right time, then we need two things, two deep understanding of two things to be sensible. First is the sense of time, and the second thing is the sense of karma. So doing the right thing at the right time, you should know what is the right thing, and you should know what is the right time. Yes, and for the time, Baba has given us the Srishti Chakra. And now you know what time it is. Earlier we didn't know. And now you know what is the karma that you need to do at this time. And this sensibility is not about the had ki sensibility, the limited sensibility of, what I need to do at 6 a.m. or what I need to do at 12 p.m. No, that's not that sensibility. This sensibility is about the unlimited time where Baba has shown us the big clock, and we can see that what time it is. This is the time of world transformation. This is the time to create my fortune. This is the only time in the whole Kalpa when I can do that. And Baba says, now I have told you what time it is. I have also told you what karma you need to do in this. So that's sensible. This is not the time to look for new relationships and get involved in, the love drama. And this is not the time. Yes. And yesterday I was talking to someone who is some 40 years old, and they are, then that person was telling me, I'm very unhappy because my spouse doesn't love me. I said, it doesn't look nice when a 40-year-old talks like that. Just get over it. They don't love you, you don't love them back. It's over. Okay, so it's over. So even in the Lokik world, there is a time for everything. A 40-year-old, 50-year-old pining for somebody doesn't look graceful. And Baba says, you are all vanprasthis, souls who have seen it all, been there, done that, everything, 63 births. We've had enough of it. Now just get over it. Know you are an old soul. Yes, you are an old soul. You've been here for the longest time. Now see the time and do what makes sense at this time. Don't again play mind games. We keep playing mind games with ourselves. Yes, don't keep doing that. Be very sensible. Now I want to be viceless. Now I have to pay attention to what level of purity I am inculcating, what is my level of yoga, whether I am sitting in silence, remembering Baba and burning my sins, whether I am doing the seva that will transform the world and transform my sanskars, and whether I am conducting myself sensibly when I am operating in the world. When I look at people, I understand they are souls with sanskars, and when I engage with things, I understand it is old matter. It cannot fulfill my expectations. Do I behave sensibly? Do I keep the knowledge of the drama and the soul and Baba when I am operating in the world? So Baba says, be very sensible about, and the buddhi discerns and decides. So how you look at things must shift, and the decisions you take, the choices you make should shift. So Baba says, be very sensible. Be careful that Maya doesn't make you perform sinful actions. Because in our old birth, sinful actions were the norm. That's all we did. Right from waking up to sleeping at night, it was all about body consciousness and lust and greed and desires and their fulfillment, and getting sorrowful because they are not fulfilled. So that was a life of sin where at every step we perform sinful actions. And if we don't introduce this new sensibility and this new profound awareness of who I am and what I'm here for, then Maya will again trick us into that old consciousness, and again we will keep performing those same sinful actions. Okay, and so this is something that Baba says, and today Baba talks about how Maya tricks us and how greed and then lust and all of these things will keep. So, you will waste your time just cooking and eating because of greed. Many people in the world, all they're doing all day is just cooking and eating and thinking about what to cook and what to eat. That's the greed for food, and then the greed for things. I want this, I want that. A small hairband also, I want that designer one. So all that is occupying your mind space. Your mind space where Baba had to, Baba could use your mind space for world service. And where is your mind space busy? In food and in trinkets or in some other stuff. And then there is lust where you cannot free your mind space from the image of someone's body. And then you have attachments and relationships where you cannot stop thinking about a person. And then Baba is waiting, okay, my child will get free, and then I'll use his mind to, do some seva or at least uplift him. And no, the child is very busy. Yes, so Baba says, just know that your mind is God's instrument right now. And what Maya is doing, she's keeping your mind space busy and Baba out of it. And if you could just pay attention to that much, then that would be sensible. That is sensible behavior, because you know that I'm God's child and Baba is using my mind, my eyes, my ears, everything, my mouth. So I keep it free, I keep it pure. I keep my vibrations pure, I keep my body pure. So that's sensible. And then Baba says, in the world, everybody is insensible. And then these days we have a concept of time pass, which is actually using time for vikarma. So people say, I'm killing time, and no, time is killing you. You are watching stuff, hearing stuff, doing stuff in that time, which is killing your fortune. So we don't have time and thought to pass. We have time and thought to create a new world, to fulfill Baba's desires and really do the tasks of Mansa Seva that Baba has given us. And we don't have energy to waste, we don't have money to waste. Everything that we have is precious. It is used for Baba's Seva. And don't let Maya trick you. But what I told in the beginning is very important, because until and unless we are aware that, this is my new birth and I'm here to take my inheritance. And this whole one birth is about that. Until and unless there is that clarity, you cannot do all of this. So this is that. And then Baba today makes a contrast between sannyasis and Raj yogis, that is us. And then Baba says, they are sannyasis, you are also sannyasis, at least, you're sannyasis and plus, but you are also sannyasis. You cannot behave less than that. And Baba says even sannyasis, they have this habit that they don't keep wanting, they don't have desires. Good sannyasis, of course, because they are number wise, but then there are examples in the sannyas dharam where people have overcome desires, and then Baba says, you are bigger than them, so can you get caught up in desires? So you shouldn't have desires. You got Baba, and in Satyug you're getting everything. This is a life of renunciation. I want this, I want that. No, you will get whatever you need because you're Baba's child, but then you don't create that thought, I want. And whatever you need for seva, Baba today said, whatever you need as a sevadhari, Baba will give you. Don't worry, but you don't create desires. And then Baba says that sannyasis have total control on their senses. Yes, so they don't, their tongue, their eyes, their ears, they don't wander. They keep connected to Brahma. So you also should pay attention to yoga power. So use your man and buddhi to create yoga power. And then you will be able to master your senses. And then Baba says, they don't have Baba. You have Baba. They connect to the home. They connect to Brahma. You connect to Baba. You think of the kind of power you can have. When they get so powerful connecting to the Brahma, if you connect to Baba, what kind of power you will have, just imagine. And then Baba says, they don't have Shrimat, they don't have guidance, they don't have the sense of time and karma. You have everything, you have Shrimat. And they also don't have an aim and objective. They are not thinking about going and ruling in Satyug. Think about their aim, going and sitting in Brahmalok. That's not that enticing as your aim. So you have the power of the aim, you have the power of Baba's Srimad, and you have the power of having Baba's company. And you must use all of that to rise and win over your senses. And then Baba says that when you are completely soul conscious, when you are complete master of senses, when you have complete honesty with Baba, when you are not wasting your time or thought or anything, when you have no burden of sins, desires, then you can be a very good sevadhari. And then whoever you give Baba's message to will recognize Baba through you. So that's what Baba says, and I want to read out the blessing today. Baba says, may you be a world transformer who transforms the impure feelings and intentions of all souls. So Baba says, this is a very, very good analogy, and Baba says, just as a rose takes strength from bad smelling fertilizer and becomes a fragrant rose, in the same way, you elevated world transformer souls have to transform impure, wasteful, and ordinary feelings and intentions into greatness. When you transform impure intentions and feelings into pure intentions and feelings, you will easily and naturally imbibe the qualifications for becoming an Avyakt angel, like Father Brahma. When this is done, the beads of the rosary will come close to one another. Now, okay, the rose, from the pungent smell of the fertilizer, the rose is able to extract the fragrance. Now, how do you do that? So Baba says, when somebody comes with an ordinary feeling before you, they are feeling ordinary about you, they are feeling ordinary about themselves. Then if you have the power to stay and hold your virtues, then slowly, gradually, you will be able to make them realize that you're not ordinary. And then they will also realize that since you are Baba's child, you are not ordinary. They are also Baba's children and they are not ordinary. And even if somebody comes with an impure or wasteful intention, if you are not colored by their intention and their activity, then you will be able to shift their intentions and activity. Yes. But the thing is, how many times in a day are you able to stay above untouched by the vibrations of the one you meet? Because if you are not in your own auric field, then the other will influence you. Yes, and then yesterday we understood that we might even wrongly read into their intentions. It could also be that they have pure intentions, but I'm reading into them differently. So my bhavana is reading differently into their bhav. Just like, if the mirror is tainted, then it will show a distorted image, whereas the image has no problem, the mirror has it. So, and in psychology, they talk about magnification. So what is magnification? You are magnifying the problem. That's what Baba was talking about yesterday, that if my bhavana inside is not pure, then I might even end up magnifying their behavior. So, they said one thing and I will read into their evil intentions and this and that and the other. And all that is because of my own impure state. So just think about how much work we need to do in order to not magnify, see what is what, and then while I see what is what, because the idea is not to fool yourself that it is not like that. But even if I see that somebody has an impure intention, I'm able to believe that my pure intention will shift it. And I'm able to draw in the light and love of Baba and stay in my pure intention until that shifts. So this is about the blessing, and just think about the kind of work and how can I transform the world if I cannot transform the feelings that I have in the presence of someone or the feelings of the someone who is in my presence. So world transformation will take step by step. So at least let's pledge to take the first step. Om Shanti.